As chiropractors, we love it when kids choose to play sports. They are well-rounded, aren't afraid of hard work, get their exercise in, learn how to win and lose, and how to be a team player. So how can we best support their growing bodies through all of this good stress? If you're like most parents watching from the sidelines, you've probably tried everything to help them perform: strength training, stretching, nutrition plans, even mental performance work. So while today's youth sports have kids training harder, competing more frequently, and facing more physical and mental stress than ever before, most coaches and trainers are completely missing the most foundational system that controls every aspect of athletic performance. And if you've seen our videos before, you probably already know what we're going to say. It's the nervous system. Even the most talented athletes can be limited when their nervous system is overstressed, dysregulated, and exhausted. And it often starts with not only the physical muscle tension and injuries, but it also includes sleep challenges, anxiety, getting overwhelmed easily, digestive problems, and so much more. So let's dive into helping your child achieve optimal performance, optimal recovery, and joy in the sports they love. I want to include a little bit of my story here. I grew up going to a chiropractor as a kid, a little bit later, kind of 12, 13, 14. But we used to do all sorts of sports. We do mostly pickup, basketball, volleyball, two-hand touch football. You name it, we probably played it. And one of the athletics my family got into as a family, we did gymnastics. And I remember when I was a teen, learning how to do front flips, back flips, whatever it was. Um, there would be days where you would jump, and sometimes you would jump a little too high, or you would land on your back, or at least you tried to land on your back, and it was actually more of like your upper back and most of your neck, and then your knees would clunk into your head and your face, and you'd fold up like a roly-poly. I think you get the picture. The point is we kind of beat ourselves up as a little bit as we tried things on the trampoline, when we did other sports, when we did field day, especially when we were like learning new tricks or flips or just going after it. It put a lot of stress on us. And what I remember is that I waited to try new things out and really go after it. I waited until I knew I was going to the chiropractor soon, because I knew no matter what, no matter how much I beat myself up, I would be put back together at the chiropractor. I would feel it physically, mentally, in so many different aspects when my body needed to get adjusted. I knew it. I wasn't aware of what getting adjusted meant, but I knew how much it would help me. It would essentially take this cloud of stress, tension, anxiety, whatever it was, it would essentially wipe it away after getting adjusted. And that's what I want to talk about today in this video: how the nervous system is responsible for so many aspects of your child's involvement in sports. Your child's speed, strength, balance, coordination, reaction time, and even their recovery are all regulated by the communication loop between the brain and the body through the central nervous system. So when your young athlete sprints down the field, they launches off the balance beam, or they step into the batter's box, these movements aren't just about muscle strength. They begin as commands from the brain that must travel efficiently through the nervous system. And what we found is that even the most talented young athletes can be held back when this nervous system is overloaded, stressed, or out of sync due to what we call subluxation, which is that physical interference in the neurospinal system. So let's jump into the three main components, understanding a little bit of what subluxation means. The first component really being that misalignment, that asymmetry. Something's off, which is really the source of all of these injuries. The second component is the tension, the restriction, how the nervous system responds to this misalignment, and that reduced range of motion. And we don't typically talk about those things because we're very much focused on the nervous system. We are obsessed with the nervous system. We love it. But those things are important because of how they impact the nervous system, how they create that third component, which is neurological interference. When the body is stuck, tense, stressed, right? Subluxated, it's communicating less than ideal information to the brain and to the nervous system. With less than ideal information, it's much easier to lack awareness of where we are in space. It's much easier to not respond to things quick enough, right? With less awareness, we put a little too much weight on that ankle in the wrong position that ends up of having us to roll it. We roll it, we injure it. We don't respond quick enough to move out of the way of the ball that hits us in the face. We don't have the balance to stay on the beam. The list goes on and on because what we see is that dysfunction within the nervous system is really that hidden cause of injury, of burnout, and inconsistent performance. Through our clinical experience as PX docs, we consistently see that the most common underlying reason young athletes struggle isn't a lack of effort or talent, it's nervous system interference, it's dysregulation, and overall exhaustion. And this interference occurs when stress on the body from sports training, repetitive motion, emotional pressure, and even poor posture creates neurological tension that disturbs the communication between the brain and the body. There's an imbalance happening. There's more stress and not enough recovery, not enough good signals from the body to say, hey, we can start healing. We can let go of this stress and tension that's keeping us stuck. Because when this communication is disrupted, reaction time slows, coordination falters, and muscles tighten and fatigue much faster. And then injuries happen more easily. And then recovery takes significantly longer because we're getting injured over and over again. So, what's the first step for our young athletes to really measure and see how their nervous systems are performing? How do we help reveal what's holding athletes back? We use advanced INSiGHT scans to pinpoint exact areas of that stress. Where is it? And how is it affecting your child's performance? Rather than just caring for symptoms like soreness or tightness, it's not just about stretches. We want to get to the root cause of what's causing these findings. So there's 3 scans that we do. Your child will get an HRV, it's heart rate variability. They'll get thermography and a surface EMG, or it's an energy scan, which is really cool because to see that in athletes, EMG energy scans reveal how effectively the brain communicates with the body, how it effectively communicates with the spine and the core muscles, and how it shows us tension patterns, asymmetries, and compensations that may impair performance and raise that risk of injury. We also run HRV, or heart rate variability scans, to assess your child's nervous system's ability to switch between stress and recovery, indicating if they're recovering well between workouts or competitions. It's essentially like a bird's eye view of how well can your child handle stress and what is their capacity to recover. Getting these measurements provides a clear roadmap for making targeted adjustments that restore neurological function. We know where to go when it comes to addressing your child's nervous system. It's not just a generalized care plan when it comes in once a month or whenever you're hurting. It's about optimizing the nervous system. We've got to get after it in a different way and go beyond just pain and symptoms so that we don't overlook that underlying performance issue. And I want to show you one of these scans. I want to show you this EMG scan that we run in our office. This is a common EMG pattern. It's an extremely common pattern we see amongst young athletes who are frequently injured, as the asymmetry and tension and subluxation in the neck and the shoulders. This is really showing us, okay, where is that energy? Where is that stuck tone or tension? And when we start to see it up top here, it shows us more areas of stuck stress on the system. We see it in the lower back too, within the lumbosacral region, and it leads to all sorts of these muscular imbalances in the shoulders, in the upper extremities, and then again in the lower extremities and legs. When we have this tension and subluxation sitting right in the main neurospinal core, all sorts of compensations, strains, sprains, and so forth can be expected. Because like we said earlier, today's youth, their sports environment, it's incredibly intense. If we don't have stability within the core, if our system isn't stable centrally, the rest of the system, the arms, the legs, the ability to communicate and coordinate is less than. And so jumping back in, when we have that stressful sports environment, it's intense. You got multiple practices per week. You got the weekend tournaments, your traveling teams, your early specialization, constant pressure, right? It's no wonder that kids are burning out at age 10, 11, 12, 13. That's where neurologically focused chiropractic care comes in, by enhancing a young athlete's resilience by optimizing the vagus nerve, parasympathetic nervous system, really the restorative side of the nervous system that is crucial for sleep, for recovery, for emotional regulation, and even immune function. Unlike temporary fixes like ice baths or anti-inflammatory methods like lasers, saunas, and so forth, and we love those things too, we just want to take it 10 steps further and really help the body reset and repair at that root level, creating sustainable performance and lasting health long term. It's about getting to the foundation of it. It's about getting to the nervous system. So, parents and coaches, it's time to give your young athlete every advantage possible, not just for better for performance now, but for their long term health and athletic future. You invest in the best equipment, you drive to endless practices and tournaments, you work on their nutrition and mental game. But if their nervous system is stuck in stress mode, their ability to reach their full potential is hindered. And what's worse, they're at a greater risk for injury and burnout. The difference between a good athlete and a great one is often that invisible advantage, a fully connected, fully functioning nervous system that allows them to perform at their peak, recover quickly, and stay resilient under pressure. At our office at Rising Health, we specialize in helping young athletes optimize their nervous system function. We see soccer players, football players, basketball players, lacrosse, gymnastics, kids in martial arts, and even your domestic athletes who chase the chickens in the backyard. We see them all. And it's through this advanced scanning, INSiGHT scanning technology, and specific neurofocus adjustments that we help kiddos with growing and active bodies achieve that higher potential. We've seen countless young athletes break through performance plateaus, recover faster from injuries, and love their sport through this care. And if this sounds like something that could benefit your child, don't wait until an injury sidelines them. Schedule a consult today with our office to get your child scanned so they can start experiencing the benefits of a well-balanced, connected nervous system. You can visit our website, comment down below, or send us a DM for more information. But that's all for this video. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a really great day. Take care.